Back to our daily show on this Friday morning. It is the 11th day of April, and coming down the pipeline in just a few hours, the start of Alton First Responders SpringFest, a great way to kick off the amphitheater season and all the fun that's taking place downtown. Dan, how are we doing today?
Not too bad. Glad to be here.
I'm glad it took me 3 times to introduce you in this segment.
I still think you should have left the early takes in.
Probably should have. You know, summer is getting ready to be here. Weather's warming up. And it seems like this year, you know, there's a lot of outside collaboration with the amphitheater and just new things going on. Like yesterday, I had on the gentleman that's doing the Attila Fest and really just gave you guys nothing but praise with being so easy to work with and really just a really good collaboration there.
Well, we try to. There's still some things to be worked out on that event. We wish them luck. We have nothing to do with that event, but we wish them the best of luck. We hope they're successful like anybody that has an event at the amphitheater.
Well, 100%. And then when you start off something like this, you know, with a family-friendly and especially something that really goes towards, you know, Alton's First Responders and proceeds benefiting this, how did it all come together?
Well, this really came together. Andy Shanedeese, who owns Lures, we've worked with him for the past few years when we brought the expo back, and he came up with this idea to kick off his season. He took it to Mayor Goins a few months ago. The mayor got on board. Then Andy called me and discussed it with the Amphitheater Commission that he'd like to do something to give back to the first responders in the community. So as opposed to when we do the expo and we have a deal with Lures, this time they're going to donate that percentage that we would normally get to area first responder organizations. We're still working out exactly which ones. Andy's having us kind of lead the charge on that. So we're working out with him exactly how he wants it to be divided up. But it's a good opportunity to have another event at the amphitheater that benefits some of the heroes of our community.
Well, I mean, this one ain't just for a couple of days either. I mean, they're going to be there for 2 full work weeks, it looks like. I mean, close to
a full week, a little over a week.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a lot of time to get down there and raise some money for these area first responders, especially after the year they've had here locally too.
Sure.
So really great for that. And now tickets are $2 each for rides. There's 16 tickets for $30. But what are some of the things the public should kind of take into account for this event? Any FAQs?
Well, this will just be mostly the carnival to raise the money for the first responders. The only thing we're going to do as the Amphitheater Commission on the 19th, the final night, we're going to have a band on the stage and have beverages and have a little entertainment. Just an opportunity for us to throw our lot in as well.
And that's going to be the Saturday before Easter, so What better time to kind of bring the family together?
And knock on wood, it looks like the weather's getting a little bit better with each passing day, so we're hoping for a real nice week for not only Lures and our first responders, but we'll wrap that up that evening with the NKG Blues Band will be on the stage from 8 to 11 on the 19th.
They do a good job.
Yeah, I've seen them a few times, and they had a relationship with one of our commissioners. Debbie Frakes really worked with them to secure them. We got a good deal with them, and we hope people will come out and enjoy the evening.
Well, and they definitely should. I mean, you know, what I think's great, too, is that the hours are really open for the working families out there because you got soccer and all that stuff, or baseball and volleyball. The spring sports are here. But now, I mean, you're open, 5 p.m.? What time do they close each night? Do you know?
The weeknights will be 10 o'clock.
Heck, that's a lot of time, though, where you can get an hour or two in with the kids and go out and have some fun. Vending booths are there going to be some food opportunities, some concessions?
All over at the carnival. It'll all be self-contained within the carnival for this event. Not quite as big as the expo. There won't be entertainment every night. So this we're keeping the idea. It's on raise money over at the carnival to give back to the first responders within our community and region.
Well, I think that's how you do it this way, too, because, you know, during the last year, I mean, you and I have had every conversation in the book about the amphitheater, and, you know, the thought that some folks have of, you know, going back to a First Fridays, and I don't know if it's there, but something like this is where you have true, you know, family entertainment where you can raise money for something and really just kind of drive home that community aspect of the riverfront.
Well, and as we always talk when I come on, it's all about the money and the budget to do things at the amphitheater. This is something that Lures wanted to do that doesn't cost the amphitheater money, doesn't cost the city money. It's basically an event that's being put on with no cost to any of us.
Well, and see, that's a win-win then. And now,
absolutely. How
long has Lures been partnering up with you guys since the beginning?
We've been back since the expo came back in 2017, 18, something like that. and all the way through. And they did the old expo as well.
That's crazy to me that it's just in a good way that their partnership's been so strong over there. You don't see that type of working relationship.
You couldn't ask for a better company to work with. The opportunity through the expo has been great. Andy is the easiest they come to work with. And let me tell you, if there's a guy on top of his business, it's that guy.
Well, I need Andy on the show. I haven't talked to him yet. I think that'd be fun to get a little.
Should try to get him on next week.
That would be fun to do. Well, and too, I mean, it's just really great to hear some of the other, partnerships, just how you guys put this thing together. Because you guys, it's not an easy venue to set up sometimes, and getting those rides in and all the other things that go into that. I mean, it takes a lot of work. Oh,
it does. And Andy's got one heck of a crew. Yeah, I mean, we've seen it now at the expo over the past few years, how fast they put it up and how fast it comes back down, and just the professional operation he runs.
So the First Responders Spring Festival, SpringFest, is going to run April the 11th. It runs a full week until April the 19th. The workday hours are 5 to 10, and then on the weekend, what time are they?
I believe they're opening at 1 o'clock on the Saturday, and there'll be a Saturday, Sunday, and a Saturday, and then they'll run till 10 or 11 in the evening.
That sounds good. And then on the 13th, that Sunday, which is the only Sunday that is available, it is 1 to 8 p.m. on that Sunday, but that's still 7 hours to go out there and grab the kiddos and go have a really good time. And now proceeds from this are going to benefit Alton First Responders if you're just tuning in. And how does that break down? Just so the audience is a little bit more aware.
It'll be similar to the percentage we get from Lures as the Amphitheater Commission for the Expo. They'll cut us a check when it's over based on their ticket sales, and then we'll sit down with Andy and we'll have the mayor involved, and we'll determine how to divvy up the money between the various groups that support our first responders.
Well, and another thing that I thought was really good too for families to know is that the police presence is going to be down there, very much so. And there's a few FAQs about, guardianship.
It's all very similar to the rules at the Expo. Yeah. Chief Ford has done a great job of putting together the plan for this, as he has for the Expo the last few years. So basically, if you've been to the Expo, you pretty much know the rules. I mean, you have to have a parent or guardian. Kids can't just be there by themselves. But for the most part, it's going to be very similar to the Expo for the carnival.
Well, and that's great to know, too. And you can also find out more by going to lures.com, and they'll have a full, really just great recap of this. I'll share the screen with you so you guys can see it. But that's just a little bit of the ticket information, some of the hours, and then you have that parental escort policy in case anybody needs to know any more information about that event, too. But it's really great just to see this coming together, especially so quickly after elections, and not being funny, but a lot of people were stressed out, and to have a community event right afterwards is cool.
It'll hopefully bring some people together. Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this since at least February.
Yeah.
So it's been in the works, and let's hope it's something that is successful and it turns into another annual event, because just the fact that it's benefiting some of our local heroes, for me, was as soon as that was presented to me, I was all in. How do we get this done?
Well, and absolutely. And with that being said, you got a moment to take a break with me?
Sure.
We'll come back and we'll talk about some of the other events coming down the pipeline. We'll come back and recap the Alton First Responders SpringFest. We'll stay here. You stay there on riverBender.com and Roku TV.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois, with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on riverBender.com.
And this is what she said, oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed.
Welcome back to Our Daily Show on this Friday morning. It continues with the Alton Amphitheater Commission, and we'll circle back to the First Responders SpringFest, but a lot more planned, and I know that you guys are, looking at acts to bring in and all that stuff that comes in with this, and we'll have more for people, right on schedule.
I don't have any major announcements yet. We are working with offers, working with agents. Some things haven't worked out that we've been trying to do. You got to be fiscally responsible, so you only go so far on offers. But there's still some things in the pipeline, and with fingers crossed, hopefully I'll be back here very soon to announce something.
Well, and the thing people need to know, too, is, I've heard just in conversations with you, heard of some of the names in the Rolodex that Eventive sends you, which they're the best partner you guys could have asked for. I mean, because they're really scouting these things that I wouldn't even have thought of being good shows. And so the thing that people, I think, need to know the most is that it comes with a cost. I mean, yeah, you could book 10, 15 shows a summer if you wanted to, and that'd be great, but we don't have $5 million to do that.
No, it always comes down to the sponsor dollars, and they ebb and flow. And since COVID, they haven't been as good as they were pre-COVID, so that changes the calculus on what you can do.
Well, and that's where, business owners and really not even just that, but also, admin of really big companies that have the opportunity to do so, that's when you step up and go, why don't we put on a couple of really good summers for the amphitheater and some really nice partnership.
Well, the whole idea is to bring people to town and get them spending money, because there's that extra money that gets spent when they go to our business, our small businesses, our restaurants, our hotels. That's generating economic benefit for the entire community. It's not just about the amphitheater proper. It's getting these people to town.
Well, and honestly, on top of that, it goes a little bit further, because with the amphitheater, some of the acts you bring in, they're going into other portions of the Riverbend region. So, and yeah, you want them to stay in Alton, but in terms of maybe making it a weekend trip and you're stopping in Alton and then you're going down the road for a Sunday or a Saturday, that's where it really starts to see the effects of what you guys are having down there.
Well, it's that economic impact. It's the sales tax, the hotel tax, the restaurant tax, the food and bev tax. All of those things play into this. So once you get the people to town, it's a matter of getting them to spend their money.
So, and just to clarify, so the Attila Fest event, which is going to be a nice music festival, July the 20th, that is an outside of the Amphitheater Commission event, correct?
that was just, they rented the amphitheater to do their own event.
Okay, and just kind of like, and now the MRF, is that kind of in the same boat?
Yeah, they've got their dates this year. It's already been announced. I don't think we're going to play any role. We'll support them any way we can in order for them to be successful, just like we're going to do with the boat races. We're not directly involved, but there's certain things that we do on the back end to support the event itself.
Absolutely. And then that leads me to my next point. Let's start talking anchor events. When do we start? Is it July 3rd on the riverfront?
We've got the anchor events. They're on the calendar. July 3rd, fireworks on the Mississippi again this year. We're hoping to announce what that entertainment. We'd like to have the same military band we had last year, but there's been some deployments, so we're talking with them to see if they have something or if they can turn us on to something. But because of deployments, that has a little bit of a question mark right now, but we're still working on that. Then August 23rd, one of my favorites, and I think the community's favorites, the Food Truck Festival will be
always hot.
Well,
not this time, not last year. Last year was beautiful.
Honestly, not the last 2 years.
True.
Now, 2 years ago, we had a little rain early that kind of hurt our crowd, but
you're right.
It left before the event
You're
started.
right. Now that I'm remembering, because last year we were on the hill and it wasn't that bad at all.
No, it was nice last year.
That's
now,
right.
there have been years it's been like being on the surface of the sun.
You're right, but no. So this year we have hope because 2 is true, and I think we're in for a three-peat.
I'm hoping so. but we look to have at least 20 trucks again, like we've been having, and we'll be announcing the entertainment for that in short order as we get into the season. But that's on the calendar. That one has its date every year, same weekend. So we just hope it continues to grow and be a success.
And that's still with sauce?
Yes.
Cool. Wonderful. And then what is Jazz and Wine that follows?
The following weekend, August 30th, the Jazz and Wine Festival. We've got event of Talking to Talent for that right now. That has really started to grow. I'm really proud of what all of us as a team have been able to do with that event, with the bistro style seating and the intimate jazz club. I hope it continues to grow this year. After we started that seating for that, it's grown. We added more tables last year. They all sold. So we're trying to figure out how we can cram even more in there. And we're getting awful tight right now.
You are getting tight on tables.
But that's even the general admission crowd. That's a $10 ticket that is growing, that comes out and sits in the lawn.
I'm telling you, I love the table, but sitting out on the lawn was fun. I mean, you can, especially if you buy a bottle of wine or get a couple of glasses of wine and sit out there with a blanket, man, life's looking good if you're just chilling. I mean, that's wonderful. And then Expo follows that, doesn't it?
The following weekend.
I am getting good at your events.
The Expo will be the 4th through the 7th this year, so that'll be 3 weekends or 3 weeks in a row, hell weeks for all of us on the volunteer side. But they're always fun weeks. Those are great events. We take great pride in them because they become successful, and they're either free or they're
close to it.
They're affordable, so that families and the community can come down and enjoy our riverfront and a good entertainment. Whether it's a carnival, whether it's jazz, whether it's eating all you can eat and not feeling too good afterwards. There's something for everybody in the anchor events. That's one of the things I've really liked as the anchor events have taken hold, is they're all just a little bit different and a little bit different genre. So there's something for everybody.
Well, and you need those to build out other events. I mean, you can't just keep changing the schedule every year, because if people like something, especially Alton, we're kind of a traditionalist town where we love those, sentimental things like going to the fireworks and going to do other events. But when you start to just change it up and go, oh, that was fun, but next year let's go and do like a mini golf tournament at the amphitheater, probably going to be a hard stretch.
Yeah.
So when you have these anchor events and then you add on, partnerships and collaborations, then you have your blueprint. That's really cool.
And then whatever money you can find in sponsor dollars or wherever you can find it, you can start sorry about that. You can start plugging other events in, big and small.
Yeah, and that's what I just think. I mean, for all the, folks that maybe are just kind of wondering about the amphitheater, go down to an event. I think that's some of the things that I think people have the hardest time with is, just go down and see it for yourself. You might drive by it and not understand, but when you see everyone in there having fun and you take a ride on the Ferris wheel and see it all lit up, man, it looks great.
You can't have more fun than on our riverfront. I mean, we have something for everybody. And like I said, you try to get some of these bigger events to draw in the sponsors and draw in more people from out of town, because we want people to come here. We want people to experience how great this city is.
Well, 100%, Dan. And with that being said, you can start experiencing it this Friday. That's, today. Huh? Wow. 5 p.m. 5 p.m., April the 11th. And it runs until Saturday, April the 19th, the day before Easter. It opens up at 5 p.m. tonight. And proceeds from this go right back to area first responders and those organizations, which we have so many great ones around to choose from. But family special Monday through Thursday. All rides take just one ticket. Tickets are $2 each or $16 for 30. Or no, 16 for $30. I would have gotten yelled at, I think, on that price. But it all goes back towards a good cause. And Dan, what's your final takeaway of this week?
Just remember, go down, have fun, because a percentage of the profits of the carnival are going to go to our first responders. And come see us on the 19th, 8 to 11 p.m. NKG Blues Band is going to be on the stage. We're going to have soda water, beer. Come out for an evening of free entertainment.
There you go. Hey, we'll see you there, and I'll see you there a couple of times in the next week or so. Always love going down to the amphitheater and really just starting to kick the summer off as that weather starts to warm up. Dan will be back in studios, you guys know, multiple times as we get ready to announce shows and go into more details. We'll take another break, and we'll come back with the Grafton Chamber. They got their SIP